Alright, hey guys, it's Tobiah, aka Toby1 Kenobi, and I'm going to take you on a tour of my water temple here. I've had a nice relaxing weekend, and now I'm ready to get back on my horse again. This structure took me around 6 weeks to build, and that's at an average of around 3 or 4 hours of building a day. Some days I did like 16 hours, some days I did nothing at all, but it took me so long because I didn't have any specific construction plans. I didn't have a blueprint, so to speak. I didn't have any plans whatsoever in my head, and I just started it from scratch. Made a big old hole in the ocean using WorldEdit, and just started building stuff in it. And so that led to a lot of remodels. I tore things down and redid them over and over again. I mean, so many remodels that probably half the time was spent redoing things. Which for this next one I'm going to be doing the fire temple. A lot of people suggested in comments that I do the fire temple next, and it was always my plan to do the 4 classical elements, earth, water, air, and fire. But the fire temple, I was actually planning on doing the earth temple next, but since everyone expects the fire temple, I think I'll do that one next. I've got some good ideas, and I'm going to be thinking about it for the rest of the week, and then I'm going to get started with a build and play series in which you guys will actually get to watch me build the fire temple. But to begin the tour, where should I start? Okay, as I said before, I started off with a very large hole in the ocean. It was about 400 by 400 blocks, and it went all the way down to bedrock, because I was originally planning on having this water temple to be the center of an even larger water city. And I was going to have like a very deep seafloor, and most of the buildings and domiciles were going to be underwater. Sort of my own version of Atlantis. But as this structure took me a month and a half alone, I am sick and tired of water, and I want to work with something else, so I'm not going to be doing a water city. And the same for all the other temples. I'm sure each one will take me about a month. So I'm not going to be doing anything other than the buildings themselves and the surrounding area, of course. But my main consideration in building this structure was that I wanted it to be a lot like water, flowing and curvy and transparent. So it's got a lot of holes, a lot of windows. I mean, they don't, whoops, okay, I've got no clip on. They don't let a lot of light through, which is good. I wanted it to be kind of dim and dank. But it does have a lot of windows, and all of them, you might be able to tell, in fact almost everything in this temple is arches. Arch, 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 arch. Arch, arch, arch. Arch, arch, lots of arches. So that was my main design feature. I wanted everything to be archy, circular, oval. And I took that into consideration throughout the entire building process. And that is contrary to what I usually do. Usually I prefer to build things straight in Minecraft because arches don't work very well when you're using big fat blocks. And hopefully someday they'll make a mod that can create curves in Minecraft, because I would like to do some actual arches and curves and stuff. I think the game would look, and this structure specifically, would look a whole lot better if it wasn't just straight up blocks. But I understand why they did that. I mean, blocks are easy for people to understand and build with. And it makes this game a lot more fun in some ways. But I think a little bit more flexibility would be nice. But anyway, I think I'm talking too much. This is a show and tell, and I'm turning into a tell and show. So let's just kind of walk around, and I will show you the other parts. This main entranceway, of course, was designed to move people along on a set path without distracting them, so that they can move on into the next area. So I just made this, it used to be actually a very large pool, which you had to go around. And I'm talking too much again. I just need to do the tour. Shut up, Tobias. Or maybe they want to hear this. I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you. It was a very large pool, which you had to go around. But I decided to make it this walkway in the center with a bunch of smaller pools because it made you go around, and it diverted people. It made people spend too much time in this area. and I just wanted them to kind of breeze through the entire structure. Even though I took a month and a half building this thing, I wanted somebody to be able to get through it in a few minutes and say, wow, at the end of it, and not, you know, dawdle. Whoops, okay. So I ended up deleting that pool, which was quite deep. It went about 20 blocks down, and making these smaller pools and putting a walkway down the center. Okay, next area. These side areas were supposed to be a little bit more secluded and darker than the main area, and that is why I put these screens here, and that's why I made it on another level from the main area, is because, you know, it sort of divides it from the rest of it and makes you feel a little bit more alone up here, which doesn't exactly bear in keeping with the fact that it's a main thoroughfare. Currently these stairs are the only way up and down in this temple. I haven't added stairs anywhere else. These stairs lead down to the under part, which isn't finished, and the other way leads up to the next area, which is above the main room. Where am I? Oh, it also has pathways outside on the balcony. But where am I? Oh my gosh, I don't even remember how to navigate this place. Oh, these little rooms here and through here are actually the towers on the outside entrance. And those water things flowing down in there come from this water lantern right here. It goes down into this thing, which divides it up into different directions. And this flow right here goes directly down into this room. And it's split again, and it goes out to these separate spigots. I originally wanted this temple to have a single water source, which when placed fills the entire temple with water, but that proved pretty much impossible, and so I just didn't do it. But okay, now we're up here to the next area, the main walkway over the entranceway. And these pools here on the side are actually fueled by the water roof made out of glass, and these source blocks up here bring water to the rest of the temple. It goes down this chute here and through this hole and whatever down into, okay, where am I? Wait a minute. Okay, no, whatever. It does go through a hole up there though, and down into this pool, and this pool divides the water under that in both directions, and those chutes go out to these spigot things and down into the pools. And this walkway leads basically all around the entire building, including the next area, which is the main grand hall, I suppose you'd call it. I don't know architectural terms. Through here is the largest room, and it is definitely not finished because, see this second tier? These walls are bare, and I never even finished the flooring here. And what else? I don't know, just lots of stuff. Oh, this centerpiece was supposed to be something epic in the middle, like, you know, a globe of water or something magical, like an enchantment table. But I just took it out because I couldn't think of anything, and I decided now was time for the video, so whatever. I think you guys will be satisfied anyway. And this room was very, very, very difficult to design. It took me about a week just to get a decent area planned out and constructed. It started off with, I just made a circle of columns, basically. I took one of the columns from the main entranceway and just used WorldEdit. By the way, I did use WorldEdit for this entire thing. Creative mode and WorldEdit. None of this is legit. I mean, the day someone does something like this legitimately is the day I give that channel a shout out, because that would just be absurd. Awesome, but absurd. Just ridiculous. I mean, just the diamond blocks alone in this temple. I mean, look at all those diamond blocks. Those would take months to collect. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, how I did this room. I made a circle using WorldEdit, hsil, you know, that command. Or maybe you don't know, which is why I'm doing this build and play series. I'm going to be showing you guys how to build on a massive scale like this using WorldEdit. And I'm going to be starting that this week or the next or sometime. I don't know when I get around to it. I'm kind of planning the fire temple first, and I'm not going to start until I've got a definite plan for the fire temple, because I don't want this series taking 100 episodes of me doing something and then breaking it down and doing something else. But yeah, I made a circle and of columns, and then I made another circle and put columns on that circle, and then did a tier above and made more columns and whatever. I don't know. I'm not really explaining it very well. I guess I should just show it. I mean, it would take about as long to explain as it took to build. So, oh, okay, went through the roof. This thing right here is my pride and joy. This large pool here. Those designs were very fun to make. Basically what I did is I went outside to a different area of the map and I created a hollow sphere of radius 49, and then I cut the top half off of it to make a bowl, and then using this giant lapis bowl, these sides are made out of lapis, I took a brush, a WorldEdit brush of a single block, and just started staring at this bowl until I saw patterns in it. It already had patterns in it from the way WorldEdit made it. So I took those patterns and I outlined them with glowstone. And the result is very cool to look at, this intricate pool. And it's quite deep as well, and there are always squids spawning in here. I should have called this place the Temple of Squid. There's more squids than water sometimes. What else? What next? More water roof. Basically, I just took one of those roof sections, copied it, pasted it, and rotated it around. That took, majority of a few hours, but it sounds simple enough in explanation. What else? I think we're about done. I mean, there's not much to explain out here. It's a wall with windows made out of water. I don't know if I ever showed those water windows in detail though, did I? They are just a slit in the wall with a depth of 1 into the wall. A depth of 1 deeper than the frame. And I took water source blocks and placed them in all the corners of the frame so that it just goes down and makes a nice sheet of water that doesn't spill out everywhere. And these lanterns, they took a day to design. I went through like 20 different lantern designs and finally settled on a column of water suspended in some archways. And I liked it so much that I pasted it all around the temple. These exterior towers, what I did to make those and to put them in their circular areas, I mean, you can't really see it because I don't have my view distance set up far enough right now, but this goes in a circle all the way around the temple. Oh, you can't see it if I get in the center. In a circle all the way around the temple. And the way that I put those in their proper places in a circle was to, again, use the WorldEdit command, hollow cylinder. And let's just make one so you can see how I did that. First I gotta get down below max build height, or else the blocks won't spawn. hsil, I think I did a width of 96? No, it was 128. A radius of 128. Oh, but that's the... Alright, let's make it out of glowstone. And a radius of 128 and a height of 1. So that will make a glowstone ring all the way around this thing. And with that glowstone ring, I was able to determine the locations I needed to place these towers. As you can see, the center of the tower lines up with the glowstone. And all the way around they do. Well, mostly. I guess maybe I did a 127 width. I don't know, whatever. Undo that, continue the tour. You get the idea. This outside stuff though, I was kind of stuck on it for about a week. I did not know, whoa, we're getting some frame lag. Not cool. Come on, fix it up, computer. There we go. That's better. It took about a week to, maybe even 2 weeks to figure out because I just did not know what I wanted the outside to look like. And as you can see, it's very... Alright, I'm going to stop fraps and start a new clip because this lag is ridiculous. Okay, continuing. As you can see, this the outside of this section of the water temple is very different from the other end, and it doesn't exactly match up well, and if I had more time and staying power for this project, I would change it very much. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice. I've talked more in 15 minutes than I usually do in an entire week. But yeah, it's very different from the other side, and if I had more time, I would change it, but I'm sick of it, so I'm not gonna. Good enough, I say. And it took a very long time to even get this much done. A lot of remodels. So I think that's about the end of our tour. I really don't know what else to show you, but I'm quite pleased with the end result of this structure. Not fully satisfied, but quite pleased. And I guess there's really not much else to say, but love you guys, and good luck, have fun, bye-bye.